I know James Harden's reputation isn't the best as far as the playoffs and stuff like that. Like, I know he had moments where, he didn't play good and then went to the club and stuff like that. But he's turning into one of the most unlucky stars of this generation, if you ask me. Like, we have to really appreciate our Damian Lillards, our James Harden, even Devin Booker now. Like, these players that's stuck on these franchises that really wouldn't be anything without them, that just don't get the breaks other stars have. This is going to be a real quick video. I'm not going to be talking crazy. I'm still giving y'all 2 videos, Saturday and Sunday and all that. But James Harden got drafted to OKC, as we all know. He played beside Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and that thing looked like they were going to win championships for like the next decade. His last year, they made the NBA Finals. After they lost that NBA Finals, that summer, this is where they were.
Now, what do you think of Dwight Howard going to the Lakers? You don't care. Look at these guys. Come on, well, that's major. The Lakers are getting a crazy team.
Good for them. Yeah, good for them.
I guess you're right.
Look at James Harden and KD happy as hell, thinking they got the future in their hands and all that. 2 months later, the man gets traded. Like, this is James Harden's career. Then when he goes to Houston, I don't even think people understand this. Look at what he did his first 2 games in Houston. Like, bro, he was a bench player at first. Not really a bench player, but he was a 6th man at first. And look what he did as soon as he got that role. Then, to me, Houston doesn't really give him the greatest supporting cast. Like, they brought in Jeremy Lin as his 2nd star. No disrespect to Jeremy Lin, but, bro, come on. They did bring in Dwight Howard, but for whatever reason, that didn't seem to work. Kevin McHale, that whole thing didn't seem to work. And then he finally got Mike D'Antoni, and it seemed like it was clicking. Mike D'Antoni's system, I mean, it was just perfect for James Harden. Threes galore. James Harden's averaging like 15 assists. Like, this is when he became like an MVP candidate. But even with that, and the late, great Kobe Bryant even said this while it was happening, a ball-dominant point guard or player that basically gets all the touches, you're not winning a championship like that, and that was just facts. James Harden repeatedly came up short. He got worn out, and this is why Chris Paul was very, very needed. Chris Paul allowed Harden to rest. He damn near made Clint Capella an all-star. He got PJ Tucker involved. Like, he basically ran specific parts of the offense that Harden just couldn't do all the time. When they made that Western Conference Finals, and I said this in the video before, look at how they were winning. They were attacking the hell out of Stephen Curry. James Harden can't do that all the time because Stephen Curry is not going to check him. Chris Paul can. They put Steph on the screens and they abused him, and that took away some of his offense. But again, and this goes back to James Harden's unfortune, Chris Paul got hurt and they lost games 6 and 7. Now, fast forwarding to this year, I'm not saying they're going to lose. I don't know how hurt Russell's quad actually is, but if he misses, say, 3 games max, that's a lot of games in the playoffs. That's half a series. Houston was basically built, and they literally gambled their entire season trading away Clint Capella and all that, so their 2 playmakers can create for their 3-point shooters. Harden can't do it all game by himself. Again, not trying to beat this dead horse, but Russell's impact was crazy, especially after the trade. Also, Mike D'Antoni was smart enough to rotate Harden and Westbrook. Harden would play with the starters, then Russell comes in and plays with the bench, just so, they don't lose so much production once that bench comes in, because after the bench came in with no Russell and Harden, nobody really can create their own shot. I know Austin Rivers had 40, bro, but his last game he had 3 points. Like, he's not that guy. This is why I say Harden, bro. He's very unlucky. One, you run into Golden State in the midst of their dynasty with KD and all that. Then once you get a chance to beat him, Chris Paul gets hurt. Then, to me, when the West is kind of open, you lose Russell Westbrook for at least maybe 2 to 3 games. Like, it's just unfortunate. I'll be making a lot more videos like this, kind of covering the playoffs as it goes on and stuff like that. Some people ask me to do this. So if you guys like this video, make sure you guys like the video, comment, follow my social medias, do all that great stuff, guys. And until next time, as always, stay tuned.